Today's date is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. Today's invocation will be given by Pastor Kirkland P. Hall, Mount Gilead Missionary Baptist Church. If everyone would please silence their cell phones, and if you so choose, please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, we thank you for today, Lord. We thank you for your grace and your mercy. We thank you for allowing us to come together as leaders of this city, Lord. We ask that you would fall fresh in this place, Lord. Give these leaders the mindset, give us the wisdom and the courage to be able to lead your city as you would see fit, Lord. We thank you for every person that's in this room and every person that's connected to this room. We ask that you would grant us wisdom, ask that you would grant us knowledge, Lord, and let the decisions of today reflect on tomorrow as honorable, as just, and compassionate for this city. Again, we thank you, and it's in your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor West.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Turner. Here. Councilmember Durio.
Here.
Councilmember Hilliard. Here. Councilmember Williams. Here. Councilmember Sherwood. Here. And Councilmember Crenshaw. Here. Thank you.
Today we have two proclamations and one presentation. And the first proclamation will be recognizing the month of October, or actually October 3rd, is Veterans Stand Down Day, and accepting will be Mr. Seth Wells, Executive Director of the Rise Center for Independent Living. And Mr. Wells, if you have anybody that's with you on that, they're all welcome to come up. And if
thank goodness we can clean.
Let's see, did Isaac do that, Steve, or that come from him?
Isaac, now I blew my budget.
Sure. All right, everybody right here. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Quick, thank you so much, Mayor, Council, and staff for letting us be here today. We are about to embark on our 5th Veteran Stand Down of the year. Our final one is in Beaumont every year. What is a stand down? So a stand down in the military parlance is when folks that are on the front lines get to come to the rear and maybe get a fresh pair of socks, have a hot meal, hopefully get mail call, right? Just get some comfort and some resources. There was a needs assessment done a few years ago where we asked veterans, what's the biggest barrier for you accessing your services? And one is they didn't even know the myriad of services that were available, let alone where to go and access them. So for the past 10 years, we've held these stand downs, and they're large vendor fairs. So every vendor either has a specific program for veterans, or they have a heart for veterans and they give back to the veteran community. And we bring them all together in one place. So if a veteran says, well, I've called and I haven't heard this, well, that person works in this office right here. Go talk to him. We see hundreds of people at every event. We're closing in on, I think, 1,500, 1,700 Total attendees this year, we're about 50% of those are veterans, and that's a fantastic number for any type of veteran event. And we just want to make sure that the veterans know that they're loved and that people are watching out for them. And we will be there at the Civic Center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. At 8:30, we'll have a small ceremony beforehand, and then we'll open it up. We feed everybody. There's fantastic DoD items that are for veterans only. Get a piece of their history a little bit. Get to carry a rucksack again. All the good stuff that we remember, right? We just don't have to march anywhere. But we have so many veteran events that are really heavy, like we're coming out of Suicide Awareness Month, right? But it's really nice just to come together with your brothers and sisters and have a sense of camaraderie. And that's what these events try to do. And all these people up here are the ones that make it happen. We're 100% volunteer. We don't do this for any type of monetary reward. We just do it to help make sure that our brothers and sisters know that somebody's out there looking for them. So we thank you all for this opportunity. We couldn't do these events without our fantastic civic partners all over Southeast Texas. So thank you so much for allowing us the use of the Civic Center, and we're going to fill it up and we're going to have a good time. So we invite everybody to come by on Friday between 9 and 1. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to add, please.
Yes.
These events, while it takes a group of volunteers, it's a village. We're about unity in the community. Without all of us talking with each other, taking ideas, providing resources, there are so many things that we can do together, but it's going to take us together. And so we don't turn away the less unfortunate. These people need assistance, and many of these programs that we have for veterans are also for our community members. So it's information awareness for everyone. The key thing that's passed out of these events is the information, period. We don't leave anyone behind. We'll do what we can. If we don't know somebody, we know somebody that does. And so I want to thank you all for having us, and let's have another great stand down.
Thank you.
A timer real quick. I just want to thank Mr. Hilliard and Mr. Durio and remind them that the program starts at 8:30 and they have agreed to come and welcome everybody. So if they can be there at 8:15, we'd love to have you. Thank you so much for what y'all are doing.
Well, thank you for what y'all are doing.
My name is Tina Martinez. I want to see all the veterans there.
Thank y'all. Next, we have a proclamation recognizing the month of September as Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and accepting will be our very own Mrs. Angie Wright, City of Beaumont Chief Technology Officer. And if you have any of your department people that want to come up with you, they are welcome.
I don't think they showed up.
All right.
Can we get a picture with council?
Sure.
Okay, ready right here. And 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we couldn't have.
I couldn't hear it.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're proud to recognize October as Cybersecurity Awareness Month here in the city of Beaumont. Technology touches nearly every aspect of our daily lives, how we work, learn, shop, bank, and connect with family and friends. While these advances bring many benefits, they also bring new risks. Cyber threats are real, and they can affect more than just city services. They can and do affect individuals, families, and businesses. Cybersecurity Awareness Month reminds us that we all share responsibility in protecting ourselves and our community. Each of us can take simple but effective steps using strong passwords, enabling multi-factor authentication, keeping software updated, and pausing before clicking suspicious links. Here in Beaumont, we are committed to safeguarding our networks and protecting the data of our residents. That commitment would not be possible without the dedicated efforts of our IT staff. I want to take a moment to thank them for the tireless work they do every day, often behind the scenes, to defend against threats, strengthen our systems, and keep our city safe in the digital world. Cybersecurity isn't just the job of IT professionals, it's something we all have a role in. So this evening, I am honored to accept the proclamation of October 2025 as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in the city of Beaumont. Let's use this time to learn, stay alert, and protect what matters most, our people, our services, and our city. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have a presentation by the City of Beaumont Communication, and it's Ms. Tracy Kinnick.
Good evening, everyone. In this week's announcements, October 4th, join us for the annual Fire Festival from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Fire Museum on Walnut Street. It's free fun for the entire family with food, games, bounce houses, and live fire demonstrations. And speaking of the Beaumont Fire Department, we're proud to join cities all across the nation with our Project Fire Buddies. This will bring joy and support to children battling terminal illnesses. We're hosting our first ever fundraiser with a cocktail party Friday, October 11th from 6 to 9 p.m. at 434 Fannin Street. You can check out the city's Facebook page to find out about tickets. Water rates are staying the same this year, and for our seniors 65 and older, those rates are now frozen to help with fixed incomes. For some clarity, we want to let you know that if you're already signed up for the senior discount, then you're all set. You don't have to do anything. If not, you can visit the city's website or City Hall to get registered. The final Beaumont Bond Open House is October 16th at the Downtown Event Center. Join us at 6 p.m. online for a virtual event, and then at 7 p.m. in person, and you can go online to beaumontbonds.com right now to walk through a virtual open house. The most important thing is that you learn what's on the ballot so you can vote informed. For residents north of FM 105, starting next week, October 6th, your trash pickup days will move from Wednesdays to Thursdays. This is in order to improve our routes and service times. And finally, don't miss Beaumont's 10th annual Oktoberfest this Saturday, October 4th, from 3 to 8 p.m. at Rogers Park. There's a lot to see. Take a look.
Celebrate fall at the City of Beaumont's 10th annual Oktoberfest at Rogers Park, October 4th. This special milestone celebration with German-style beers, tasty food trucks, and live music from the Golden Triangle Brass Quintet, running on credit, and headliner Madame Radar. Families join in with Kidtoberfest activities with face painting and more. Mark your calendars, October 4th at Rogers Park. More info at BeaumontEventsTX.com. Brought to you by the City of Beaumont with support from Del Papa Distributing and Education First Federal Credit Union.
We hope to see everybody there this Saturday, 3 to 8 p.m. at Rogers Park. And that's all for this week's announcements.
Thank you very much. And as a quick reminder, November 4th, besides it being Election Day, we're going to start hosting our proclamations at 10:30 in the morning on the first Tuesday of the month, which is will be November 4th. So all proclamations that are requested, they will be done that day. And then again in December, the same thing. It'll fall on the first Tuesday. So just be aware of that. October will continue as we have been, but starting in November, we will do that. And for those that are here for the proclamations and our recognitions, presentations, and you would like to leave, now's the time to do so. And thank you for coming, but it looks like we're keeping everybody. So we're moving into public comments. Now's the time that for any citizen who wishes to speak, you may make public comments on consent agenda, regular agenda items 1 through 6, or other topics. However, items 7 through 9 have already been heard in public hearing. Therefore, citizens cannot speak on those. Citizens wishing to speak on item 10 and 11 will have the opportunity to, because we're going to have a public hearing at that time. If you choose to speak now, you can, but you can only speak once. So just understand that. The city clerk will call your name when it's your time to speak. When you approach the podium, please say your address, city, and state. You will have 3 minutes for your comments. The green light will come on when you approach the podium, and the red light will come on when your time is up. And please note that we cannot respond to any requests or questions while you're at the podium. City staff will follow up with you, and we may as well, but since it's not a posted agenda item, it's not something we can discuss. So,
Paul Brown, 4370 Cartwright Street, Beaumont, Texas. Did you still want to speak, Mr. Brown? Yes, sir. They've already been heard in a public hearing. Yes, sir. Albert Harrison, 1240 Ashley, Beaumont, Texas.
Mayor, city councilman, other city staff, other concerned citizens. Personally, it's a matter in which I wish to bring before you now. I'm tired of bringing this matter before you all. On the 25th, my water bill was due. I did not pay it until the 26th, the following day. I asked the individual, would I be charged a late charge? She said she didn't know. Go down to the front. I went down there, asked the lady, would I be charged a late charge for paying 1 day late? And that became somewhat a back and forth discussion. First of all, it sounded as if she did not, in my opinion, did not want to understand what I was asking her. And what I was asking her, since I was going to be charged a late charge, I asked her for the same thing that I asked for approximately 2 months ago, which was the policy or whatever you have that allows you to charge an individual for paying a water bill late. We went back and forth with that. Finally, a lady from the back rear came up front. She began to somewhat not understand what I was also asking. So I asked her again and explained to her that I filled out a form with the city clerk's office asking for the policy or whatever procedure that allows you to charge an individual a late charge. At that point in time, this lady began to explain to me that it's in-house. I don't understand in-house. I thought everything was supposed to come through city council. So this telling me it's in-house does not fly with me. And I'm truly, truly upset that she explained or told me it's in-house, because I don't understand in-house. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Brian, and I think it's Dunnigan, 1410 21st Street, Beaumont, Texas. What's the last name, sir? Dunnigan, thank you.
Hello, Council. My name is Brian Dunnigan. I live at 1910 21st Street. I think y'all might know one of the reasons why I'm here. I want to make a public apology for what went on social media last week with what my 81-year-old mother excuse me, had posted on Facebook about the Charlie Kirk shooting and all that. But no one knows the true story behind it except a few people here that do. I'm just making a public apology that if any of y'all want to see the actual letter, there's a couple of people have seen it, knows what provoked my mother, and I know no one here can control an 81-year-old woman, what she says. You know, they got a sharp tongue, but she was provoked. There's a few people know that the true reason behind it. If y'all want, I do have it. The main reason I'm here is a few weeks ago, whenever the vote of the bond, you know, the $100,000, and everybody says wasting $100,000, I want to make a suggestion. Them chairs that y'all are sitting in belong to the public. They belong to the public. If there's some people here that like social media more than others, some don't. If the city council and the mayor would start a social media page where you ask your constituents what they think about the vote. If 95% of the people vote no, you're obligated to vote no, because that you're voting for the people, not for yourself. So if you started a social media page with just the constituents, not Uncle Bob and Aunt Tom or whatever, just the people here, you can actually get the people's opinions before you vote, and then nobody up here catches slack for what it is. You're voting what the people want. That's what, and I believe you would be giving that chair back to the people, because that's what it's there for. Take it as it is. But like I said, if anybody wants to see the letter that started the whole thing of the Charlie Kirk, just you can find me. All right, thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Kenneth Earls, 1265 Condon, Beaumont, Texas.
Good afternoon, Council and Mayor. Last time I was up here, I was talking about the $150 million that leaves the city of Beaumont every year, and why we need to start a second utility, and why I don't want my money leaving here going to Baton Rouge. That money should stay here. Some of you, the council, should hire someone, a consultant, to look at what I'm talking about. $150 million times 1.03 each and every year for 100 years will build this city out to its max. We'll have things like that super airport, that international airport I'm talking about, that land. 10 years from now, there's going to be a vote in Congress that's going to say Texas has to have 3 new airports. The primary place to place one of those is Beaumont, Texas. The second part of what I was going to discuss with you was high-speed rail. They're going to make a loop around Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth. If that does not come through Beaumont, and you need to let the governor know, I am going to send papers to the senators of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and other places to stop it. High-speed rail is needed in this country, and everybody should get something out of it. That's more than $1 trillion. Beaumont, I say, talk to Elon Musk, who I don't care for. Build that 5 million square foot factory out there and have him bring his scientists here to build us a super high-speed train. That's something that we need to think about. We need to think about not just today, but 100 years from now. Those plants that we have here, guess what? Those super-sized ships are going to need at least 55 feet.
Thank you, sir.
I'll be back next week.
David Penner, 3060 Charles, Beaumont, Texas. Mr. Penner, you wanted to speak on item 11. Do you want to speak now or wait until the public hearing? Thank you. I have no more, Mayor.
Thank you. Is there a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda? There is a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 1?
Thank you, Mayor. Council to consider an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2025 budget, and it comes with the recommendation of approval. And go ahead.
Is there a motion for item number 1? Is there a second? There is a motion and a second. So now we're going to have discussion, and I believe you might, somebody want to address this.
I'm just going to ask Duncan, our Assistant Finance Director, to talk a little bit why cities do that at the end of the year and the beginning, before the start of the next budget year.
So typically, cities bring a ordinance to amend the budget at the end of the fiscal year to make adjustments to any possible overages that we might have. The directors and the city manager can't finish with more expenses than appropriated by council. So what this does is raise the appropriation for these funds so that we'll have enough unencumbered funding to pay the rest of our expenses for this year. So you'll see solid waste, they're projecting an overage of $156,850. That's why we increase that fund. And then you also see the employee benefits. They have a projected increase of $150,000. So that's why you'll see that increase. And then additionally, we had a fund balance remaining in the debt service fund. So we are transferring that to the employee benefits fund. There's no fund balance requirement in debt service.
All right, any questions? All those in favor of approving item number 1, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 2?
Council consider a resolution approving a contract with Soap Engineering, LLC of Houston, Texas, for water production SCADA improvements, and it comes with the recommendation of approval.
Is there a motion for item number 2?
Move to approve. Second.
There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 2. Is there any discussion? Councilman Turner?
Just with the difference in amounts, can you kind of speak to the vetting process and, it's almost 400,000 less. Can we kind of speak to the vetting process and how comfortable we are with this?
Yes, we have not worked with Soap Engineering before, and we did kind of chuckle at the name, but it looks like it's their last names put together. But we did check with all of their references. This is a newer firm getting started, but their experience lent itself to having quite a bit of experience in this area. And everything has gone well with all the references that we checked. They all said that they would work with them again. And so they asked a lot of detailed questions during the bidding process. So we feel like we are going to expect a good product from them.
I understand. I just want to make sure we're on top of change orders with it being this big of a difference.
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 2, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 3?
Council consider a resolution approving a contract with Woolpert, Inc. of Dayton, Ohio for professional engineering services, downtown Beaumont traffic ingress and egress study, and it comes with the recommendation of approval of the resolution.
Is there a motion for item number 3?
Move to approve.
Is there?
Second.
There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 3. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 3, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 4?
Thank you, Mayor. Council consider resolution authorizing the city manager to execute change order number 2, accept maintenance and authorize final payment to V&S Construction Company of Manville, Texas for the rehabilitation of a 12-inch water line along Gladys Avenue from Dowling Road to West Lucas Drive project, and it comes with recommendation of approval of the resolution.
Is there a motion for item number 4?
Move to approve.
There is a motion and a second for approval. Is there any discussion on item number 4? This is one of those good change orders that goes down. All right. All those in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 5?
Council consider amending the water utility service line inspection agreement with Republic Meter, Inc. of Dallas, Texas, and it comes with the recommendation of approval of the resolution.
Is there a motion for item number 5?
Move to approve.
There is a motion and a second for item number 5. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 5, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 6?
Council to consider an ordinance amending Chapter 21 of the City Code of Ordinances, and it comes with the recommendation of approval of the ordinance.
Mayor, before you call for a motion on that one, council, you have at your desk a revised ordinance, and to that there is a second amendment that needs to be made under Chapter 21, that first line down, EMT 2, that last line should read, the salary of an EMT with 3 to 5 years experience shall be $4,755.10 / monthly. So any motion should say as amended.
All right, with that, is there a motion for item number 6? There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 6. Is there any discussion? Yes, Councilman.
Just this thing that we worked through with this new council and staff, I just want to say I appreciate you. To the city attorney, this is what I've been looking for. Everything's very detailed and spelled out. So just the hard work and what you guys did, just want to say thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of approval, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion is carried.
Mayor, really quick before you move forward, if you guys can please speak in your mics, if you make a motion or a second, turn your mics on, because for recording purposes, we can't hear you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 7?
Council consider a request for a rezoning from RMH, which is residential multiple family highest density district, to GCMD, general commercial multiple family dwelling district, for property located at 2685 Washington Boulevard. And it comes to the recommendation of approval of the ordinance.
Is there a motion for item number 7?
Move to approve. Second.
There is a motion and a second for item number 7. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approval signify, did you have something to say? Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. May we have the reading of item number 8, Mr. City Manager?
Council consider a request for a rezoning from RMH, which is residential multiple family highest density district, to GCMD, general commercial multiple family dwelling district, for approximately 11.18 acres located at the southeast corner of the intersection at Northwest Parkway and Old Dowland Road. And it comes with the recommendation of approval of the ordinance.
Is there a motion for approval of item number 8?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
There is a motion and a second for item number 8. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 8, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 9?
Council consider a request for a specific use permit to allow a vehicle storage facility within a GCMD, which is a general commercial multiple family dwelling district, for property located at 2450 South 4th Street. And this was approved at a joint public hearing of the Planning Commission, with the 4-2-1 to approve the request for the SUP with the following conditions. The applicant shall be in compliance with Articles 12.06, chunked motor vehicles, and 6.08, tow trucks, towing companies, and tow truck operators of the City of Beaumont Code of Ordinances. 2, the applicant shall obtain a certificate of occupancy from the building official. 3, all covered items must be located within the enclosed area and shall not be stored on any public right-of-way or easement. 4, a detailed plan for pavement and parking area be submitted to and approved by the City of Beaumont traffic engineer. Item 5, any future construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for water and sanitary sewer services, including any requirements of the city's backflow, pretreatment, and our fog program. 6, any additional payment must meet current drainage criteria standards required at the time of development per drainage district number 6. And item 7, the development shall comply with section 28.04.006 landscaping and screening requirements.
Is there a motion for item number 9?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to deny.
Second.
There is a motion to deny number 9 and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of denying item number 9, please signify by saying aye, because this is for a deny. Yes, okay. Those, any opposed? The motion is denied. Mr. City Manager, would you take us into the public hearing?
Yes, Mayor. Council to conduct a public hearing, finding and ratifying the determination of the Public Health Director that a public health nuisance exists on the property owned by Mustafa Sabi at 8390 McLean with a legal description of C. Williams, ABS 59, TR 68A, SP 6, 1.307 acres, and order the owner to abate the public health nuisance within 10 days. Staff is requesting City Council authorization to abate said property without further notification to the property owner of City Council action.
The public hearing is now open. There's the button right there.
Well, good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Just stand before you after numerous attempts to meet with the property owner, go to the picture, to have the property come into compliance. As you can see, we've been very, very unsuccessful with those attempts. And of course, what you're looking at is rodent harborage, mosquito breeding, which can cause West Nile virus. So we've made several attempts, and these pictures here was recently taken as of yesterday. So there's recent pictures.
Thank you, sir. Did anybody sign up to speak? Okay. Is there anybody out there for item 10? All right. With that, we close the public hearing. May we have a motion for item number 10?
I make a motion to approve.
Second it.
There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 10. Is there any discussion? Councilman Turner?
For staff, can someone explain just the process of, getting it to the place to where we make this motion and what happens next and so on?
Well, initially, the initial contact is made by code enforcement. And after several attempts to get the property owner to come in compliance, when there's no success, then this really is a public health nuisance. Rodent droppings carry the hantavirus, mosquito breeding carry West Nile, so it becomes a public health nuisance. So at this point, after you guys have declared it a public health nuisance, the property owner have 10 days, either to bring the property into compliance or make significant progress, where we can see progress is being made. Then at that point, if nothing is done, then the city has a right to go on and clean the property. But of course, we do everything we can to get the property owner to clean the property.
So just to add some context to that, it's 10 days from notice. So after the meeting, the health department will send a formal letter to the property owner notifying that the property has been declared a public health nuisance, and they have 10 days to modify that. Depending on the response time between the property owner with the health department, will determine when the city actually files a lawsuit, because we can't just go onto the property. So after, if there's no response from the property owner, we'll immediately go and file basically a health and sanitation case in the district court to allow the city to enter the property and remove items from the property. Those cases generally hit the docket pretty early, so it could be anywhere from today, depending on how responsive the property owner is. If the property owner is very responsive and asks for additional time and makes significant progress within that time frame, it may be that they start making progress and stop. But let's just say worst case scenario, they don't respond and we don't hear anything back, we can file a case as early as 15 days after the last notice and get into court somewhere between 20 to 30 days thereafter.
And is it standard that we put a lien on the property to recover the?
We do ask the judge, we don't lien, but we do ask the judge to grant an order for the city to recoup our expenses, not to exceed whatever our bid is for the property. So it's another thing we do before we go to court. We actually send someone out to give us a quote. We actually get 3 quotes, and we provide the court basically with all 3 quotes. We obviously go with the lowest quote because that's what we do for ourselves. So we ask the court to enter a lien enter a judgment for the city not to exceed that amount. So if it just so happens that it's more than that, we only recoup the amount that we presented to the court.
Got you.
Councilman Durio.
Mr. Coleman, I know you brought some of these to us before, but I don't remember having vehicles on them. Do you remove those vehicles and do we have to store them?
Code enforcement takes care of the vehicles. Then we make an answer. Yeah, so it would follow the junk motor vehicle ordinance, so we would have to tag them, which I believe that's already been done. But then from there, there's notice, so long as we can find the owner with it. Normally that's through like license plates and whatnot, running those. And then it eventually gets removed along with the public health nuisance declaration.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of approval of item number 10, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, would you take us into the next public hearing?
Council to conduct a public hearing, finding and ratifying the determination of the Public Health Director that a public health nuisance exists on the property owned by David Penner at 3060 Charles Street with a legal description of PLD 27 T70 out of T26 H Williams Jr. and order the owner to abate the public health nuisance within 10 days. If the property owner fails to comply within 10 days, staff is requesting City Council authorization to abate said property without further notification to the property owner of the council action.
And Mr. Coleman?
Yes, sir.
We're opening public hearing.
As you guys can see, on August the 7th, it was declared a public health nuisance by environmental health. Then on August the 28th, the property had not come into compliance. And Ms. Bruce, if you can go to the next picture. As you can see, these pictures was taken yesterday. And so, again, after numerous attempts to work with the property owner, that's why we're before you. You can go to the next picture and just some more pictures of the property. I think that's the last picture for this particular property.
Okay,
Previous picture. Somebody lives there?
Justin, somebody still? Yes, sir.
all right, do we have anybody signed up to speak?
Yes, sir. David Penner, 3060 Charles, Beaumont, Texas.
First of all, I don't work for the city of Beaumont. I work on David's time. And I will get my yard cleaned up on David's time. It's been hot, kind of hard to get out. I got a knee here that's been bothering me for a while. And whether or not you can see it, I don't give a damn. But I do try and work on it a little bit. And I will continue to work on it. I just wish y'all would get off of me. There's stuff all over town. There's a swamp behind my house. Does that breed mosquitoes? There's a swamp around, that swamp goes around the corner of my house. Is that mosquitoes? I've seen rodents in city parks. I've seen rodents running down Delaware towards Dalman. There's stuff all over town, and y'all keep harassing me. I will work on my yard. Whether it gets done in the 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, whatever it is y'all give me, okay. If it doesn't, okay. I'm retired. I'm a veteran. I will get it done. Just get off my back.
All right, thank you, sir. Anybody else signed up to speak?
No, sir.
May I have a motion for, or would you, I'm closing the public hearing.
Thank you.
And now if we would, Mr. City Manager, would you read item number 11?
Council to consider an ordinance finding and ratifying the determination of the Public Health Director that public health nuisances exist on the property owned by David Penner at 3060 Charles Street with a legal description of PLD 27 T70 out of T26 H. Williams Jr. and order the owners to abate public health nuisances within 10 days. If the property owner fails to comply within 10 days, staff is requesting City Council authorization to abate said property without further notification to the property owner of City Council action. And it comes with the recommendation of approval of the ordinance.
Is there a motion for item number 11?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second for item number 11. Is there any discussion? Councilman Williams.
I mean, is there any way we could afford him more than 10 days? I mean, can we give him days? I mean, I only say it because he's saying that he is working, and I didn't know can we give him more time?
So council can, in your motion to approve or deny, modify the time frame.
I mean, I'd like to make it a motion to give him 30 days to get it up to standard.
I would second that.
So would they accept?
We got a
motion.
sorry. Well, I'd like to make a motion to amend his motion, or?
I had a question.
So To clarify, the resolutions before you is to declare a public health nuisance, allowing for 10 days to abate. So the motion would be to declare a public health nuisance, allowing 30 days to abate.
Mr. Penner, you've had a chance to speak. Mr. Penner?
So it would be an amendment to his, and so either you can ask, or you can just make a second motion, which we would have to vote on that motion before. Does that make sense? So you could just make your own motion and it'll precede his motion.
Yeah, I mean, so I would make a motion to declare it a public health nuisance and extend the,
Public health nuisance and allow 30 days to
and allow
abate.
30 days to get it up to code. And I'd second that.
All right, there is a motion and a second. There is a motion and a second for 30 days.
Doesn't need a second, but there's a motion on the floor.
And we did get a second, okay. So Councilman Hilliard seconded.
You don't need it for an amendment.
Oh, I'd still like to go.
I know.
Is there any discussion? And that would be Councilman Durio's time to speak.
I had a couple of questions. How long has it property been in this condition? We actually been dealing with this property last year.
So that was where it was transferred to health, but I believe that, as you recall, it starts in code enforcement. So health had it for a year, but I believe code enforcement had it.
Prior to
Right, litter violations began in 2020.
2020. For 5 years? Have there been any complaints from neighbors? Yes.
Code enforcement is complaint driven, so it would have had to start with a neighbor to begin with. And so, as you know, once it gets into municipal court, the court does allow for abatement time as well. And so, because the idea is not to fine the property owner, but to get them to comply. So there could be some progress, and then if there's not progress, they show it back to court, additional citations are issued. And so that's kind of how it takes that long. And what the city has done with the direction of council is ask that this process be streamlined so that cases aren't extended out so long. So this is one of those cases where, in going through, the code enforcement did an audit of cases that they've been dealing with for a very long time, transfer them to health, and then health goes through the due process of working with the property owner to get it. And so we're getting it to council faster. If that makes sense.
Is that a heavily populated area as far as other houses?
Pulling up the property now.
Yes.
Yes, sir, to the south, to the east, and the west.
All right, Councilman Williams?
I mean, the pictures don't look good, and I understand it didn't get like that overnight. I mean, it's been ongoing, obviously, but I mean, whenever he stands, I mean, someone's living there, so I'm empathetic to him, and in my mind, I'm going, you know, this is the end of the road. I mean, he's standing here, we're talking about it, and so that's the only reason I'm saying 10 days. I don't think it can be done, and so we're, you know,
We're asking to clean his yard in 10 days. We're not gonna remove him from his house or take his house from him.
No, sir.
Yeah. The house will be fine, he'll be fine.
Councilman,
Just want to clean the yard.
Well, I mean,
He had 5 years.
have over the last 5 years, have you noticed, has he begun any cleanup? Has anything
I
taken
just want to
place?
remind council that 2020 was also a COVID year. So there was not a lot of things that was either enforcement either happening from the city, but also from the citizens. So there wasn't a lot of active. So you kind of have to give 2020 a wash. And then again in 2021, because that was half of 2021 where we were still kind of under a lot of COVID restrictions. So even if he had a case in municipal court, he probably wouldn't have been able to see the judge during that time. So even though there's been an ongoing dispute of the property since 2020, it probably wasn't adjudicated or handled during that time period. Just want to put it into perspective.
So in 24 and 23, 24, 25, have we?
There's been no
noticed-
progress as of last year.
No progress. Okay. Okay, I mean, he's a veteran, and, you know, we don't know what kind of struggles he's dealing with. And so I think 30 days, I agree with Mike that we give him a little more time to make the necessary changes.
Councilman Turner?
Is it appropriate to, because the gentleman did come up and speak and he did say he would do it on his time. And we're giving additional 30 days. Is it appropriate to see if he can be compliant or is willing to be compliant with the 30 days?
It's at council's discretion. He spoke during public hearing, so you heard his comments, but we typically don't allow citizens to speak during items.
I understand. I just struggle giving 30 days when that was the sentiment originally.
Understood. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor of the item number 11, given 30 days instead of the 10 days as written here, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
No. So,
There was also a motion on the floor originally for just to declare the property a public nuisance, so then you need to go back to that original motion.
okay, so that motion failed, so we're going to go back to the original motion of an approval that he needs 10 days. Any discussion on that? All those in favor of approving it as it is presented with the 10 days, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
The motion is carried. And Tina, were you able to capture all that? Okay. And it does pass. So now it's 6:27, 57 minutes. We're at the council member comments. So Councilman Durio?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to encourage everyone to come by the Veteran Standby. Me and Councilman Hilliard are veterans, but Councilman Turner's sister is a veteran, and our attorney's daughter is a veteran as well. Yeah, once you go in, you're a veteran.
No, she said she doesn't like it. She's still active. She prefers active.
Okay. Also, the gentleman who wanted to get some, I guess he wants to get a look at the ordinance as far as late water bills, and they said it's an in-house deal. If we could respond to him about that and get him a copy of the ordinance concerning late water bills. And Demi and code enforcement, I want to thank y'all for getting that abandoned junk RV off the corner of Leela and Marie. I guess folks don't ride around there because I sent you an email yesterday, actually, it was gone. And they said, because they had said that they were still showing pictures of it, but I'm glad y'all got rid of that because I did get quite a few calls on that. So thank y'all for the quick response and getting it, to go through the courts faster so we can go on that property and clean that neighborhood up. And I think that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Durio. Councilman Hilliard.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to second what he said, stand down, and anyone that's been in the military and been in the field, they understand what stand down means. Now, I don't think I want to put another rucksack on, but it's an important deal. I mean, these men and women were willing to give their lives for us to have the life that we have, and it's important that we support them and we don't forget about them. Also, I want to give some kudos to the mayor for the Veterans Coalition that he initiated and that me and Chris will be on, and we're super excited about that. I think it's time that the city did something to be there for our men and women, and that we show that we care, not just by words, but also with action. And, we've got the Fire Museum Festival coming up, which is a really neat thing. So anyone that has kids, please come out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, we have Oktoberfest. What?
I'll be cooking at the Fire Fest. They called me and want me to. I used to do it when I worked there, and the museum called and asked if I would come back out. And I got to be there at 8 o'clock Saturday morning, AJ.
Well, I was going to go and eat, but and we have Oktoberfest. So it's, it's a chance to get out into the community meet your neighbors and have fun together, because I believe life is too serious as it is. And so it's nice to get out and see the people that we live with at this beautiful city that we have. And so I'm excited. I want to, I don't ever want to pass an opportunity to give Molly and Demi and Mike and the chiefs, both police and fire, kudos for what you do. Kenneth in the back for helping keep our city beautiful, and all the crap y'all have to put up with on a daily basis. And so I'm very thankful for what y'all do, and I appreciate the work that you're doing, including our health director. I know it's sometimes a thankless job, but thank you for what you do. That's it.
Thank you, Councilman Hilliard. Councilman Turner?
Yes, sir, Mayor. And I left my glasses today, so I've been struggling to read the whole day, but Mr. Albert Harrison, with the water bill, I agree with Councilman Madurio. Can we just kind of look into it and see where we're at on that? And these ordinances are always hard to deal with. I understand the fact of we gotta not only deal with the person coming to the dais, but we also gotta deal with those neighbors that call. So I agree, as a council, it's not something easy to deal with, but the reality of it is, that's why we have those timelines and these rules in place. So it's unfortunate, but it's just a tough decision we have to make.
You've got more on your list. You can't read it? No, I'm
I
kidding.
can't see.
Yeah. No, not that. It might not be strong enough for you.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. Turner, now it's Councilman Williams.
I'd like to briefly address a internal email that I sent a few weeks ago about our communications department to our city manager that was released to the media through a public records request. Following that, we had a great meeting and a lot constructive. And, I thought about it, and, I think that the idea of looking at the internship program, like Councilman Turner's mentioned before, might be, the communications department could be a good place to start. I know Councilman Crenshaw had mentioned partnering with Lamar on this bond deal, and I just thought what a opportunity that could be for some students to get some experience inside city government, and maybe help offset some of the work for our communications department to focus on higher priority tasks. So just would appreciate consideration from staff and my fellow council members. And also, I told my kids I would tell them hello from up here. So Hudson and Sloan, I'll be home for dinner.
We're all coming, Hudson and Sloan. Thank you, Councilman Williams. Councilman Crenshaw?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to comment, I think it's on Mr. Harrison and the water bill. I'd like to go a step further than what has been proposed. Yes, let's get him a copy of the ordinance, but I would like to change the ordinance on water bills, and I would ask staff to look at this being something that we could vote on maybe at the next meeting. I think we need a 10-day grace period before we apply that late fee. During a Harvey, I was laying on my couch listening to the rain and checked my bank account, and I had $1,100 at Mattress Firm had gotten charged, and after investigation, it was the city's water department payment processor had been hacked, and my credit card number had been used fraudulently at Mattress Firm. And since then, I stopped giving the city my credit card number for automatic payments. That's to no fault of the city. That was the payment processor. And I started paying, I paid several water bills. I started paying the water bills in person here at City Hall. And it is not uncommon for me to miss the date, and I get that. It used to be a $5 late fee, and now it's a $10 late fee. So we doubled that at some point. So anyway, I mentioned that because that late fee, obviously, it's a much bigger deal to people that are on fixed incomes and waiting for their Social Security income. But for even for people like me that just aren't good at keeping track of all those dates, I think a 10-day grace period is good, and it's also just good customer service from the city to our citizens. I know my bank gives me a 10-day grace period on my car note, and I would think the city could at least do that if, my bank can give me a 10-day grace period. Shout out to Ray Financial. Anyway, I just like to see that, and thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
So Councilman, to your point, the agenda for October 7th has already been set, so it'll be October 27th or 21st is our next scheduled meeting date.
Is that soon enough for you, Mr. Harris?
Also, to that extent that the city did do an internal audit of the water customer service, and the manager was presented with that this afternoon, and so council should be getting some updates on that as well.
If a second is necessary, I second it.
No second is necessary.
Just want to make sure.
Councilman Crenshaw had, I guess, brought to our attention with one of his constituents that there was an error made in response to that. The city at our initiative completed an audit to determine how that accident occurred and to see what areas we could improve. That audit was completed essentially today. We provided the findings to the city manager and finance staff that oversee water customer service. So we'll be discussing internally, so there'll be some other things that come out of that as well from that. So like I said, after the managers had a chance to review it, I'm pretty sure council will be provided with that information and those findings.
Great, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Madam City Attorney?
Absolutely not.
Mr. City Manager?
Yeah, I got that report today and I haven't opened the email yet. So as soon as I open it up, we'll start taking action on it for sure. And one other thing, I'd just like to say the new budget starts tomorrow, so we'll be working on that. We commit to the city to be diligent in that budget process. And we'll continue to work to get things done, and we're going to continue to work to get our larger fund balances. So that's a goal for the year, for us to do things like that. So we'll just assure the public that we're going to be diligent and continue to work to improve the budget process.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. And I appreciate everybody that makes public comments from week to week and takes their time to come up here. We certainly listen to all of them. And the stand down in the Veterans Commission that is going to be October 15th at 2 p.m., I believe. And is that going to be at the Lakeside Center? So, and there is information. Civic Center, all right. And there will be information on the website as well. And that is open. That's a public meeting, so any veteran can certainly attend that would like to. I also, the Oktoberfest is always a well-attended event, another great event by the city. And I do want to remind people Riverfront Park is open and it is beautiful. So if you hadn't had a chance to walk down there, I encourage it. And with that, the meeting is adjourned.